Okay, welcome to Planet Geography. Today we're dealing with wave cut platforms and wave cut notches. They kind of one of the same thing, really. So before we get into it, let's just take a second to look at a wave cut platform and wave cut notch. So what you can see in the image here in front of us is that there is a steep cliff. So we kind of know this is probably taking place on a concordant coastline. And then we can see the wave cut platform. Now this is only visible at high and low tide. And we can also see the notch. You could literally go and stand under the notch, okay? Now, it would help if we knew what high and low tide are. I'm not going to teach you in this video, but here's an image of high and low tide. If you don't know what it is, maybe go and have a quick look on a YouTube video to see what it is. But if you do know what it is, let's continue. So, what we see is we have our sea level and we have our cliff. We know because of the wind created by the sun, friction is going to take place at the surface of our ocean, and it is going to create waves. Yep. Now, this is where high and low tide come in, is it will create a wave attack zone. You will have a zone that peaks out at high tide, and then you'll have another zone that is it goes all the way down to low tide. So the wave will attack somewhere in this region, in between this range, okay? And the type of erosion we're gonna see, if you haven't seen my video on coastal erosion, check it out, is gonna be abrasion. Bits of rocks and boulders are gonna be absolutely launched into the cliff continuously, okay? Add in, and that's going to break down the rock and erode it. Add in, as with any piece of rock, there are going to be joints and cracks. And again, if we zoom in here, like we've done in previous videos, what you get is hydraulic action, okay? There is a crack. What happens is the air is forced in, the wave hits it, it compresses the air, and that air expands the crack until it breaks off. So, two types of erosion that we have are abrasion, rocks being thrown against the cliff, and then hydraulic action, waves being compressing air into cracks and expanding them. Okay, now this is going to cause erosion. Erosion is the breakdown of rock. And what you're going to see is that over time, there is going to be a notch appear. Okay, this is a wave cut notch. Now again, add another 100 years and 100 years, and you're going to see that this notch has gone from being quite insignificant to really quite significant, okay? And the waves will continue to attack the cliff, okay? The bits of rock that you can see that have broken off the cliff, they'll be kind of transported elsewhere and so on. So, can you spot a similarity here between wave cut notches and waterfalls and even arches in our headlands? What's going to happen is that hard rock, it's a concordant coastline, is now unsupported. You add in heavy, hard, unsupported rock and gravity. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, it is going to collapse and it is going to retreat backwards. Okay? And that's exactly what's going to happen. So, I'm just going to pause my video now and I'm going to reset my diagram. Okay, so just give me 1 second. Okay, thanks for the patience. Now, let's kind of finish this off. So we can see here, this is the original outline of our wave cut platform as it has retreated back inland. We still see that we have the wave cut notch here, and again that will continue to expand, continue to be eroded by hydraulic action and abrasion. But now, because we visited during low tide, we can see the exposed wave cut platform. And that's it. You can come and you can stand on our wave cut platform during your fieldwork trips. And that's it. That's kind of wave cut notches and wave cut platforms. What are the key words you really need to know? Waves, hydraulic action, abrasion, retreats, eroded, wave cut notch, wave cut platform, and maybe collapses. Useful is hard rock and concordant, because remember these are found on concordant coastlines. Okay guys, I hope that helps. Let's jump into the exam question as always. Question from the AQA 2020 paper 1. Here is our question. Explain how wave cut platform is formed as the cliff is eroded. So this is 4 marks, okay? So you have kind of different options, 1 or more diagrams. So it is worth noting that you must include a diagram at this point. You can only get 3 out of 4 if you don't include a diagram. So you could have a really detailed diagram, but be thinking, have I really got 4 pieces of information on there that will get me the mark, okay? I'm going to say that this is something I might have produced in the exam if I was sitting it, and I'm going to proceed as if that gets 1 mark, okay? Because I would rather write 3 sentences and have a less of a detailed diagram. I think I can do that more quickly, okay? So here's the mark scheme. Have a look, pause this video and read the mark scheme. And so let's go through. You should have read this. You should see that, look, wave cut, waves, foot of the cliff, erosion, wave cut notch, enlarges, becomes unstable, collapses, wave cut notch, repeated, wave cut platform, as the cliff retreats, hydraulic action, abrasion. So these are all words that we've seen in our video. Okay, and you can see as I read this mark scheme, all I'm doing is looking for the key geographical words that I'm going to award marks for. So I'm going to proceed as if I produce this beautiful diagram, but it's only going to get 1 mark because the examiner is completely out of order. And so I'm going to need to create 3 marks through my writing. So 1 blank is because this means that. It's an explain question, so cause or way generally fits in here. So let's see what can get us the marks. 1 cause is coastal erosion at the base of the cliff. This is kind of the start of the process, isn't it? You know, coastal erosion is causing it, base of cliff. That's really my point, and it's going to get me definitely 1 mark. Because hydraulic action and abrasion cause a wave cut notch to appear. Hydraulic action, abrasion, wave cut notch, again enough for my 2nd mark. This means that unsupported hard rock collapses, causing the coastline to retreat, leading to a wave cut platform emerging. And so here you can see how I've been able to hit most of the words in that mark scheme, and that's what's going to get me those marks. That's really what geography is about, is particularly these kind of points-based mark. Anything up to 4 marker, the examiner is just looking for keywords. Okay, note that I'm using kind of academic language, tier 2 language, we call it. Unsupported, collapse, leading, emerge, even retreat is a tier 2 word. Yep, so you're blending that geographical language with your kind of academic writing to pick up those marks. I think that gets 100%. I don't know if you agree. Maybe leave a comment if you do or you don't. And like and subscribe for future videos as we make more and more as we move towards exam season.